There we go. Oh.
Recording.
Okay, you guys, I am so excited to be here tonight with National Vice President Marcy Bem. I got to be with her team in Lee Summit on Sunday, and I know that I posted on the team page some of the footage. I did like Facebook Live, and I know it was hard to hear. I was holding my phone. It was not ideal. So I wanted to record a team call to go over what I am like crazy excited about, because it's like, I will say, I feel in this business, you know, there's just so many ideas, right? And I am a yellow personality where I'm like, oh, that looks awesome. And that, you know, that looks great. And oh, that would be fun. And then before long, I get totally overwhelmed and then paralyzed. And so what I love about what Marcy has put together with her amazing VP team is something super simple. And I'm going to give you just a little bit of background, and then I'm going to let Marcy just kind of take it away as far as explaining step by step what it is that she taught on Sunday and what is going on, and also the results. So what the background is, Elizabeth Elson, who is a regional vice president under Julie Lee on Marcy's team, who's absolutely amazing. She was in Atlantis with me, and she heard that day of trainings that we had, which were absolutely fantastic. And we sat and talked for a bit, and she was at a place where she was somewhat frustrated, and not in a negative sense, but in a positive sense of like, okay, I know there's something that I need to figure out, and I'm committed to figuring this out and making this more simple, duplicatable, and like rip the Band-Aid off, because I really want to motor in my business. And Elizabeth went home. And so that was, you guys, so we had AIT in October, right? So it was mid to late October. So Elizabeth worked really hard and kind of came up with this whole idea of what she was going to do, how she was going to move forward and kind of put the blinders on and talk to her team. And so she started this in November. Okay. And what Marcy's going to go over with you. And you guys, her business is absolutely exploding. And we counted up on Sunday that she and her team have added 17 new business builders in the last 2.5 months. 17.
27.
Oh, 27. Oh my gosh. That's even bigger than I thought. Okay. So if you want to know how to just get this business moving, I am telling you, you guys, I love this because this helps my mind focus. And I know Marcy is so excited about it too. The people that were there on Sunday, they started implementing it on Sunday. And Marcy will tell you about some of the results. But Marcy, I'm just going to let you go ahead and talk about what the ABC ask is, and just kind of go from there.
Okay, perfect. And did you want me to explain the Fab 5 too, or is that?
Oh, yes. Yes.
There. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So I too am a yellow, and like Julianne, and it's kind of like squirrel, squirrel. And we just, no, but I will tell you that both of us, and I think a lot of us, we get so excited about things that we hear from other leaders that's working, and we want to implement it, not because we think it's the magic end all, but we're like, let's try this, because we so badly want you guys to build an incredible business like we have done. And it's so I'm with Julianne in that it's easy to do that because of social media, and because we go on these meetings and we talk to people, and but at the same time, it is exhausting, and we recognize that. And so for me, I was the same, and I was really reflecting back on 2016, and honestly 2015, and And as I was reflecting back, I was like, okay, what's different? Those 2 years, because they were the same, and that there just really wasn't a lot of growth, and it just felt different in my brain. And really what it came down to was I was confused. And I was reflecting back when I went nation, and I remembered the year prior to going nation, Julianne had issued a 30 and 30 challenge. And I think I was one of the only ones in our nation that did it. Literally asked 30 people in 30 days. And so we have sensed every time I've done this, and issued this to my team, I've seen somebody promote from it. And so I just kind of was like, okay, what was it that we were doing? And we were really like, for me at the time, it was Ultimate Facials and Discover Our Bonds. And we had our blinders on for 1 year, and we didn't get sidetracked on all this other crazy stuff. And so what's happened since I went nation is the Arbonne 30 Days to Fit came. Just all the social media stuff. I mean, like and those are all great things, and they're great add-ons, but it just kind of got, for me, too confusing. And so I had a VP meeting last week, and I said, okay, we're going to figure out our system. What is it? And one of the objectives that I was like, okay, what is it that we want people to check off at the end of the month that they did every single month? And so that they had a really good month where they could be like, okay, I did that. So I don't know what's going to be easiest. I don't even know if you guys will be able to see this, but I thought if we can, I'll show it. Can you see that? Okay.
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay. I can see it.
Okay, good. So, we just came up with like, what is the Fab Five? Like, so you've had a fabulous month and you're moving your business in the right direction. And so the Fab Five consists of every month you worked through your ABC asks. And I'm going to talk about that here in just a second. You guys, every Sunday, Julianne and I, before Deanna had committed to jumping in on this, Julianne and I committed to 90 days of every Sunday night we were going to offer a Facebook Live. Well, now it's great because we have other NVPs that we can plug in with. So every Sunday, you should have people on this. This is an incredible addition to what you're already doing, and it's simple. And what I keep telling my team is, can you imagine if you had 1, 2, or 3 guests on? That's like one party, right? But could you also imagine, kick it up a notch, what if you had 1, 2, or 3 hostesses, virtual hostesses, that had 1, 2, or 3 guests on? You've had like 3 parties in one night. So really try to leverage your time. So there's 4 Sundays in a month typically, right? So at the end of the month, did you have guests on every Sunday night, every Facebook Live? So that's something to ask yourself. Also, I do believe that the detox is huge for people's businesses, but it can't be the only thing that we're doing. So, but at the end of the month, do you have 5 new detoxers? And this is huge because as they see results, you can ask them if they know anybody that wants to do this with them. You can start saying, gosh, have you ever thought about doing this? You're already kind of doing it, that whole thing. So and plus it's just great reorders every month, because we know at the very least that people are going to at least get on protein or, reorder protein and fizzies and probably tea and digestion. I mean, there's your reorders every month, and plus just the word of mouth. And then number 4 is that you post daily on social media. And, it's not about selling product, but it's about branding yourself and being out there. Put yourself out there. I really do feel like the last 2 or 3 years, my business builders really have come from social media and from my posts. And just the lifestyle that I lead. So think about, what do you want your brand to look like? And that's a whole training on its own, right? And then, but did you do something daily? And it doesn't even have to necessarily say Arbonne, and you're definitely not selling products, but maybe it's your lifestyle, your healthy living lifestyle. Maybe it's you exercised and it has an Arbonne water bottle in it. Maybe, I don't know, but just think of things like post daily on social media. And number 5 is, did you attend the nation meeting with guests? And I will tell you that, and I don't need to go into that necessarily, but you guys, surely you're doing that, but if you're down, you need the nation meeting. And if you're up, the nation meeting needs you. And I will tell you, in the 10 years I've done Arbonne, I think I've maybe missed 3, and I've been out of the country for all 3 of them. So you don't miss them. And that, when I signed on, Beth told me that you don't miss these meetings. And I remember going, well, I don't like meetings. I don't want to go to them, but I didn't know what they were. But I was like, but I was very coachable, and she had what I wanted. She had the Mercedes, I didn't. So I was very coachable. So make sure that you're at the nation meeting, and preferably with guests. Okay, so that's the Fab 5. So at the end of every month, you need to be able to say, yes, I did that. Okay, so what is this ABC ask? And I'll turn the board here back in just a second. My sheets are kind of sticking together. Sorry if that's loud. Hold on. Oh my goodness. So this is kind of what, originally we started with the 30 and 30. Oh my goodness, why is that sticking so bad? Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so we started out with, that everyone was going to do, that we're going to start with the business. And I really kind of talked about Arbonne is like, if you were to picture it like a funnel, that looks like a W, but you know what I'm saying? If you have a funnel, right? The very top of that funnel is the widest part, and it's the best part, and it's at the top for a reason. And it's because, and so what I mean by that is you always want to lead with the business, always, because it's really hard that if you start with the product and somebody says, well, I didn't like it, then it's hard to go, well, do you want to take a look at this business? And I know there's always certain circumstances where, it just naturally happens with the product. So I'm not saying, you're doing it wrong, but you really want to be intentional about leading with the business. And here's why. Like, when you think of that funnel, like the things at the top, like I asked my team on Sunday, like, when you think of Arbonne, what are the best parts about Arbonne? And, it's the income, it's the freedom, it's the friendships, it's the people, the personal growth, it's the travel, it's the, being able to serve and help others. It's the community and the connection. I mean, you can go on and on, right? So you want to, it's the widest for a reason, because you want to start there. And then when people say no to the business, well, then you move down, and then you say, I'd love to treat you to a Swiss skincare sample. I'd love for you to try it. Or, the 30-day or whatever. So then you kind of move into the product, and you talk about hosting, and you talk about, who do you know that, who else, it's that sort of thing, like the product. And then you move down, and if they're like, if they don't want to order and they don't want to host, well, then that's when you ask for the referrals. And then ideally you want to circle back around and go back up to the top of the funnel. So you always want people going down through that funnel. And so I was really trying to just show people that the business really is the best part. And if you think about that, think about, why you guys started. There were multiple things probably that attracted you to starting a business. And so anyway, so the idea behind this is we were going to do the 30 and 30, and then Liz taught us this really cool thing on our phones. So we changed it to the ABC ask. So what I mean by that is, if you were to go on your cell phone, you can't do this on Facebook or on your computer, but if you go to your cell phone and you go to your personal page, so again, like there's a spot on Facebook where it just said, like, you can hit a button and it says, like if you hit those 3 little lines down at the bottom on the right, it'll pops up a whole bunch of things, and friends is one of them. If you hit that, it doesn't alphabetize them. But if you go to your personal page, so you actually hit, like I hit Marcy Van Beber, and then you hit friends, then it alphabetizes them by their first name. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. Because I don't know about you, but I mean, I have 1,500 and, probably 5 or 6 or 700 Arbonne people, but it was such a mess on Facebook when I would try to use one of the best tools that we have. And so that's why we changed the name to ABC Ask, because the idea is that you're going to ask all the A's in one day. So tomorrow is Thursday. So let's say you guys start this tomorrow. So on Thursday, you're going to ask all the A's. And we have the verbiage typed out, proven verbiage that works. So you just literally copy and paste. Some girls were doing 50 in like 15 minutes because they literally did not change the name or change the greeting or change anything. It was just a copy and paste. And they're getting responses. And so on Thursday, you send a message to all your A's, with the exception of, unless they're in Arbonne already, or if they're in another network marketing company that's the same brand as us. So like not a Rodan and Fields or not a Miriam or not a Isogenics or whatever. But if it's 31 bag or something, we checked with Best and it's actually okay. So just so you know. But anyway, okay, so you send that message to all your A's. And the message is great, just asking them to take a look, right? And then on Friday, you will send a follow-up to everyone who did not respond to you. And it's just kind of like, hey, I know you're super busy, but it's important to me that, I make sure everyone knows what this is. Again, I can't remember the verbiage, but it's all written out and done. And then on Saturday, you would go to B's. And then on Sunday, you would do follow-up on the B's. So ABC Ask. So I guess it would take you, 52 days if you did that. But, and I see what Liz is talking about. It's already taken off like crazy. And you're going to have to stop. Like you're not going to be able to keep going because so much comes from it. So you ask to watch the video. That's number one. Number two is, so if somebody says yes, then you say, great, I'll send the video. Let me know today. Let me know when you've watched it today, and I'll send you the 4 questions. And by the way, in the ask to watch a video, it says, I know your time is valuable. For your time, we'll give you, a goodie bag or something like that. And so that's in the ask. Well, when the 4 questions come along, one of the questions, the first question is, what surprised you, or are you intrigued, or whatever. The third question is, if you keep doing, what would you be doing different if you earned the RVP salary of $5,000 or the MVP salary of $21,000? And then the fourth question is, would you be willing to meet for coffee? And so what's really cool is that people are texting their answers. And so if they say no to coffee, I'm going to go there real quick. So if they say no to coffee, then you ask them if you can send them, if it's okay if I still send you a sample. And then the idea is for them to say yes, and then you set the follow-up time. So again, and Terry, I know you know this, and hi, Alyssa. But you don't just say, okay, great, I'll follow up with you. You literally, so I would say, okay, tonight's Wednesday night. I'll get it in the mail tomorrow on Thursday. So you'll get it Friday, use it Friday night, Saturday morning, and Saturday night. Can I call you Sunday afternoon? And set the follow-up. And then the end goal from there is hopefully, they want to host for you. And you could do there's so many great virtual things you can do. You can do them in home, whatever. You could ask them to get on Facebook Live. At the very least, you want them to order, right? Of course, we have the some more links where you can just send them some more information. And then at the very, very, very least, I guess, is a referral. So that's if they do not want to meet you for coffee. But what we're finding is that people are saying, yes, I want to meet you for coffee. And Ashley Cole sent out 8, or well, she sent out more than 8, but she got 8 people to say yes. 7 of them are meeting her for coffee, which is crazy. So, so if you say yes, then great. You set up for coffee. You bring their sample gift bag because that was, you told them you would. You do the form, which hopefully you guys know what form is by now. It's, you kind of, if you don't know them very well, obviously, you talk about their family, you talk about their occupation, recreation, and then the message. And we go straight to number 3. The question number 3 is that one about, what would you be doing if you had the RVP salary? And so you just kind of say, how are you going to get that if you keep doing what you're doing? And so, and again, we have the whole coffee written out, verbiage and stuff. And then question number, let's see, that's question number 3. And then you just basically say, are you ready to get started? And most people who are going to meet you for coffee are pretty interested because they've already heard the Discover Arbonne, and Julianne just did that one, and they've converted it to YouTube. So you guys, it is so good, Julianne. I haven't had a chance to tell you that. It's awesome. And so that's what you guys need to be sending them. And then, so are you ready to get started? If they say no, well, then they need to do a 3-way call with Julianne, or, they could get on a Facebook Live, or they come to a nation meeting. And, like I was saying the other night, like if the nation meeting is 3 weeks away, that's not your best option. But if it's, if they can come and it's like 2 days away or a week at the longest, that's a really good option. So, but if they say yes, they're ready to get started, well then, and this is where, I could do the 30 and 30 ask, no problem. Like I was constantly doing that. But it was kind of like, okay, once they say yes, now what? So you sign them up, you send them to Julianne's website, and there's a getting started, I'm not sure. And then, like I have a video. Julianne, do you have a welcome video, or does Debbie, or I'm not sure what they do next, but you may want to talk. Okay.
Yeah, and that I'm in the midst of, that's on my list to redo another one.
Okay. So they know what to, hopefully they know what to do. Like you get somebody signed up, you do their coaching session, and then, they need to fill out those forms that we have on our websites. But right then and there, you're going to, when you meet with them for their strategy session, you're going to go over the steps 1 through 4. You're going to talk about 40 faces and how important it is in this business to, be at, and so you guys, I feel like that if somebody watches the video and answers the 4 questions, you can write their name down in the face. If somebody, like gets on a Facebook Live, you can write their name down. So, if you're in a conversation going back and forth, you can write their name down, but you can't write them down the next month. So it's 40 new faces a month. So you review those documents that Julianne will talk about for your getting started. And then you pick 2 launch dates, and those should be done within a week. And I don't know if Julianne's doing this or not, but we're gonna implement a friends and family call. But then you sit there with them, and they start texting people their top 20. And like what I like to say is, or top 25, who are 25 of your closest friends and family that would support you, if you were to open up a business, like who would you call to invite to the grand opening? Well, that's who you're inviting to your launches. And they can send out those texts, boom, right away. And we have verbiage done for that too, where they literally just copy and paste. It's so simple. And so you sit with them while they invite. Don't leave and not do that, because they'll get scared and they won't invite anybody. So sit there with them while they do that. And plus, if anyone responds, you can help them with how to respond to them. Help them set up their Facebook business page. And you need to tell them they need to start the detox. And then, yeah, so, and then you guys, and then they go to, and then after they do the 2 launches, or if they're chomping at the bit to really get moving in their business, you teach them the ABC ask, and they start going through their list of people to send out that video. And that's that simple. And again, ideally, hopefully, people will say yes to watching the video, and, or, if they say no, but they want to try a sample, or they want to come to the launch, because you might still be in that process, but that they would host, because again, it's so important to get into their network. But I'm so excited about virtuals. Like, I think it's the way to go. It's going to be soon. And then you could still offer something like once a month in your home, where you're still getting that kind of belly to belly, stuff. But, this is what's fun. This is what this was, I'll show you guys. I don't know if you can see that because it's kind of little, but so, this was Erin Johnson under Liz. She had Leslie, and I think they were a team of 2 starting November 1st. And they started this, and these are all new people. And Liz, she had Liz Enzor, and she had Stephanie Dex. So she had these 2 girls. Well, and of course, Erin. But all of these people are new since November. And 2, I want to say too, that all these people really are starting to happen in January. So you have to give it 90 days. And plus, that was through Christmas and New Year's and all of that. So,
I love it.
Okay.
No, yes. So here's the thing that I want to make sure that everyone understands, because what I love about this is when we tell people, like, make a list or whatever. I mean, I think that even, like, most people have a hard time with. Okay. And what I love about the ABC ask is, like, the structure is there. Like, it's already there. You go to your contacts, or you go to your Facebook, and you just rip the Band-Aid off and you ask. Okay. What's great about new people is they're not like me, where I have hundreds of people that just they're in Arbonne and they wanted to be my friend because I'm an MVP, like, so,
yeah, and it takes over. Yeah.
Yeah. So new people, they don't have that. And it's this whole, like, I love how Elizabeth said, we just didn't prejudge. If they were in another network marketing company that was a competitor, they didn't ask them. Or if they were already in Arbonne, of course, they didn't send them. But she was like, we just made ourselves ask everybody. And I agree. Like, you do that in a few days in a row, and you have so much going on, you have to stop. So I would predict it will take people a few months maybe to get through their first round of ABC, of, the alphabet, because of, like, you'll fill up your one with ones. And, okay, so here's the deal. So as far as what to send, like Marcy said, I did the Discover Arbonne on Sunday. I just posted it on our team page, the YouTube version that Debbie Miller thankfully figured out how to convert it, so that we'll have it forever. And so I think you could send that. It's funny, I was beating up on myself a little bit as far as, like, there's always stuff that you're like, oh, I should have said this, or I didn't say that. And Debbie sent me a Voxer, and she said, it's a great first touch because it doesn't say everything. And that's part of our problem. And she's so right. And I know that in my head, but
it was really good.
That place where you want to share everything. And so, excuse me, you want to share something somewhat, 20 minutes or less. I truly believe in. Wouldn't you agree, Marcy?
Yes.
Okay. So maybe it's a favorite SoundCloud you have, right? Or, I mean, I don't care, but I think that's a great, just go to that right now. And what's nice is that, um, I'm getting it loaded on our team page, pureliving.biz, on the, uh, learn about Arbonne, like the about Arbonne side, which is the prospect, where you send a prospect. And so what's great is there will be I've been building it and working on it, but it's not complete. I'll get it completed tomorrow with my assistant. But there's different written information as well as videos. So if they go past the first video, like maybe they're interested and they read more and they look at some more information. So it's kind of a one-stop shop. And what it does is it keeps them on a page versus going down the rabbit hole of YouTube. Okay. And I love that. So I love the simplicity of it. It's really straightforward. My one question to you, Marcy, is I have had several people where when I go to message them through Facebook and I maybe don't have their cell phone, that it says to invite to Messenger. So in that case, have you had that happen yet? And like, what would you say to do?
Yeah, I think you still send it, because what happens, I've had this before where people have messaged me and I'm not friends with them. It sends it to like a weird area, but I do eventually see it.
Even if they don't have Messenger though, that's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, because I had Messenger. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna get that question answered, because I had that happen today. So I'm like, okay, I've got to figure that one out.
Yeah.
But I didn't get the answer. But obviously, you just keep plowing through. But I know that there is a way to probably contact the person, and maybe you.
What if you just write on their page and say,
yeah,
hey, I'm trying to get a hold of you.
Yes, I think you do that.
Yeah, yeah. Message me your phone number or something. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to think. So we do have, so there's 2 documents that I'll be posting on the Facebook page, because I'm getting them on the website, but I know after watching this, everyone will go to our team page. So I'm posting those, and it is the ABC Ask, like, so it has the verbiage, and it actually gives 2 examples, which I love, because this is what Elizabeth's team has been using. And so even though we all like to customize or whatever, I'm trying not to do that because what they've been doing is working. So don't mess with it, right? Like, it's like, oh my gosh, let's not mess it up. Best copycat wins. And so you could start texting that out. But I'm crazy excited about this, because I just think it's perfectly poised for what we're trying to do, and also utilizing the online stuff. And with the Sunday night opportunities, every single Sunday night, like, so this Sunday is, you guys, another healthy living. And Marcy, tell them what we're going to do on this Sunday real quick.
So I don't know if you guys know Tanda Cook, but I asked
her. They probably don't.
Oh, they don't. Okay. She's a naturopathic doctor, and she's an Arbonne consultant. She does an amazing presentation, believe it or not, in 15 minutes, which is crazy because there's so much that you can't talk about. But she just does a great job, and she really does a great job edifying the Arbonne's program, how it's in belief with her, just her whole food, just how foods can heal the body, just that background. She's amazing. So she's going to talk for like the first 15 minutes, and then I'm going to close it the last 5 minutes to just talk about, the specials, the deals, and then the business. I'm just going to give a little plug on the business, because I feel like the past, Discover or Healthy Happy Hours, nobody's really talked about the business, and I think that needs to be in there, just a little bit, just a little teaser. So that's going to be the Sunday at 7:30. So I'm excited about that. But so that can, and then that can be you can be like, cool, I'm headed towards my Fab 5, because I got people on Sunday. So I was going to say something. Go ahead, because I just forgot it.
Well, I just want to, what I want to say is I'm just, first of all, so thankful for you. This business is way more fun because you are in it with me, Marcy, and the fact that we get to partner together. And I thank you so much for your time on this. You have a family and you are so busy with your 4 kids and doing so much stuff. So I really, really appreciate it. But it's so fun for my team to see you too, especially the New Jersey, like in Terry in Texas, and I know the Colorado girls will be watching, and so super, super fun because a lot of them don't know you or don't know you very well. Yeah. So I'm super excited about this, and I think we're probably pretty good. Did you remember what you were going to say?
No, but I'll write it on your Facebook page if I remembered it, because it's driving me crazy.
I have a question.
Okay.
Yeah.
On your Facebook, on your asks, because I have a lot of people that are from my high school that I haven't seen for 35 years, and they live, in different states, and men from my class. Are you just sending it to everyone like that because you don't know where they're at, what they need, what their wife needs, or whatever? You're just putting out there to all those people. And then, of course, I wouldn't meet them for coffee, so it would be a Zoom meeting.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you'll have to tweak that one. But yeah, I told everybody, don't prejudge. And you could, I guess on the men, you could say, I just say that. Like, I know it's been a long time, so you may have to tweak some of them a little bit, but just say, I know it's been a long time and I don't know where you're at, or maybe your wife, like you can just make a little hint and drop it. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, I would send it to everybody. You don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Marcy, did they reach out to people that they had already reached out to once before on Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And that's a hard one because when you've been in the business for 10 years, there's some people where I'm like, but I think, again, you can kind of soften the message a little bit and say, and I did do that. So I'm really bad at just copying and pasting. I feel like I always have to put in a little extra. But with some of these people I wrote, I know we talked about this a year ago and it's just been a while since I followed up. But then boom, the rest is the same, So if that makes you feel a little better, just add, but try not to do too much changing, but just try to, change, add a little bit to the beginning or whatever, because they're really good. Tara made up the second one actually because the first one was is definitely somebody you haven't talked to in a while or somebody you don't know very well. But I said, will you make up a verbiage? Because I was like, there's going to be some people that doesn't sound like me, that first one. But I have sent that one to people who I don't know very well, and I like it. So you kind of have 2 different options, and that will help. So, but I really I've not changed the body any. The only thing I've done is added maybe a quick little sentence to the beginning.
Where is the verbiage, Marcy?
I just emailed it to Julianne.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to, I was messing with my computer a little bit earlier, and I'm about to load it onto the team page. So, but what I thought I would do is actually, I guess if I load these first and then the Zoom recording, then the Zoom will be on top, right?
Yeah.
But Marcy, thank you so much. You guys, I'm so excited about this. I really am. I feel like,
and
I can do that.
Oh, you can. And it's so simple and it's been awesome. And I'm still on my A's and it's Wednesday, but I'm getting really good response too. So it's so much fun. One thing that I will encourage you guys to do on Julianne's page, somebody write, how are your responses going? And just encourage your team to talk about, hey, I got 1 no, or I got 3 yeses, or what would you say to this? This girl said this. And then you guys all pitch in. You guys are leaders on Julianne's team, and you guys sit and have more than one example, because that's how people are going to learn how to, deal with objections, and they can go back and just copy and paste. And so do that, because it's fun too to see what everyone else is doing, and it's really created some fun, I think, just even camaraderie within my team too. So make sure you do that.
I love that. Thank you for bringing that up. I think that is perfect.
Yeah.
So
it's exciting. Keep me posted.
Oh, we will. And you know what? Just a reminder, we will be at Marcy's for our team meeting, the nation meeting, on, is it February 7th?
Yep.
Tuesday, February 7th, and I'm going to be doing the Discover Arbonne that night. And so, like Marcy said, and I'm so glad that was in your Fab 5, because I think that it's so easy for us to justify not being there. And, I used to always say, unless you're in the hospital or you're puking, you need to be there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
yeah. And I struggled with not having reading on there. But I really just felt like it was more about activity, and IPA, the reading is just a no-brainer. So make sure you're still doing that. But the Fab 5 is more, IPA. So.
Yep. Okay, cool. Thanks so much. Thank you. You guys have a good night, okay?
Thank you, Marcy and Julianne.
You're welcome. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, wait, I better stop the recording. Okay.